Dear students, I am from Excellence EDUCARE. Now we will study physics. The chapter is force and laws of motion. Force and laws of motion. Okay. First, we have to know what is force. What is force? Writing. What is force? The push or pull exerted upon an object by an agent to cause a change in its state of rest or of motion is known as force. Clear? Now I am writing, that is the push or pull exerted upon an object by an agent. Okay, by an agent to cause a change in its state of rest or of motion is called force. Clear? In shortly you can say push or pull exerted upon an object is called a force. Shortly you can say, but I am writing here details. Push or pull exerted upon an object by an agent to cause a change in state of rest or of motion is called what? Force. Clear? Next, force is a vector quantity. Do you know? Force is a vector quantity. What is vector? Vector quantity means any physical quantity which has both magnitude as well as direction. That is called vector quantity. So force is a vector quantity. It has both magnitude as well as specific direction. So that force is a vector quantity. Another is what? Scalar quantity. Do you know? Scalar. Any physical quantity which has only magnitude, but no specific direction. Only magnitude but no specific direction. That is scalar. Scalar. But force is a vector quantity. Clear? Now, unity of force. Unity of force. Unity matlab SI units. We know that SI unit, standard international unit. So unity of force, that is SI unit of force is Newton. Clear? Shortly it can be written as N. Okay, SI unit of force is Newton. Now types of force. Okay, types of force. There are mainly two types of forces. First one is what? Balanced force. Okay. Second one is unbalanced force. Clear? So first we have to know what is balanced force. Balanced force. What is balanced force? What is balanced force? Two or more forces acting on an object are said to be balanced forces if the net effect produced by all of them on the object is zero. Clear? When two or more forces acting on an object are said to be balanced force. When now if the net effect produced by all of them on the object is zero, net effect is zero, that is called balance force. So we can write two or more forces acting, two or more forces acting on an object, are said to be balanced forces if the net मतलब effective जो net resultant, that is called resultant. If the net effect produced by all of them on the object is zero. Clear? Okay. Now second one is unbalanced force. Just opposite to balance, non-balanced force. Clear? If the net effect produced by two or more forces acting on an object is not zero nahi, then the forces are said to be unbalanced forces. But if the net effect produced by two or more forces on an object is not zero nahi, then the forces are said to be unbalanced forces. Clear? So we can write it like this. If the net effect produced, net effect means resultant, net resultant produced by two or more forces on an object is not zero, then the forces are said to be what? Unbalanced forces. Are said to be unbalanced forces. Clear? So there are two types of forces. Mainly there are two types of balanced forces and unbalanced forces. So these are the about force. Now what are the effect of forces? Force का क्या effect? What are the effect of force? Effect of force. Now effects of what? Force. Effect of forces, plural, जो भी force. Okay. Effect of forces. First one is a force can move a stationary object. Suppose a body is at rest. So if you will apply force, the object may move. So a force can move a stationary object. A force can move a stationary object. Okay. Second one, a force can stop a moving object. Suppose a body is moving on the ground. If we apply what? Any force on that object, then the object may stop. Clear? So a force can stop a moving object. Second one, a force can stop a moving object. Clear? Now third one, a force can change the direction and speed of a moving object. A force can change the direction and the speed of a moving object. Okay. The direction and the speed of a moving object can be changed by the force. If you apply force on any moving object, then its speed may change and its direction may also change. Okay. So this is the third effects of a force. Now fourth, last effect. Force can change the shape and size of the object. Next one, next here I am writing. Now the fourth one effect. Fourth one is a force can change the shape and the size of the object. A force can change the shape and size of the object. Okay. These are the four effects of force. A force can change. The last one is the force can change the shape and size of the object. So these are the fourth effects of a force. Four effects of a force. Okay. Now we'll go Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion. So Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion. Clear? Newton's laws of motion. Okay. Sir Isaac Newton studied the ideas of Galileo regarding the motion of an object. Okay. So Sir Isaac Newton formulated three laws of motion which are given below. The first law of motion, I am writing Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. Okay. Newton's first law of motion. Clear? It states that a body continues to remain in its state of rest or of a uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. Clear? So I am writing here. It's what? Newton's first law of motion. It states it states that what a body continues continues, okay, to remain, continues to remain in its states of rest or of uniform motion or of uniform motion along a straight line, along a straight line, unless an external force acts on it. Clear? A body continues to remain in its state of rest or of a uniform motion unless uniform motion along a straight line, unless an external force acts on it. Suppose a football is rolling on the ground. So it will not become rest unless, if will not apply any force on that football, it will not remain rest. Okay, it will continue. Suppose a wooden block is on the ground at rest. So if you will not apply any force on that wooden block, it will not move. Okay, so this is called Newton's first law of motion. It is also called Galileo laws of inertia. Why? Laws of inertia. It is also called Galileo laws of inertia. Laws of inertia. What is inertia? It is also called Newton's first law of motion, is also called laws of inertia, Galileo laws of inertia. So before that, so what is inertia? Let us write what is inertia. Let us write what is inertia. Inertia means the unwillingness or inability of an object to change its state of rest or of a uniform motion along a straight line is called inertia of the body, inertia of the object. The unwillingness or inability of an object to change its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line is called inertia of the body. So let us write the unwillingness or inability, okay, inability of an object to change its state of rest, an object to change its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line, A straight line is called inertia of the object. Is called inertia. Is called inertia. Inertia of the object. The unwillingness or inability of an object to change its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line is called inertia of the object. Unwillingness. Suppose a football is rolling on the ground. So it has the tendency to move. Clear? It has the tendency to move. But it has the unwillingness to become rest. It has the so a football is running or rolling on the ground. It has the tendency to move, but it has the unwillingness, inability to become rest. It has the inability or unwillingness to become rest. Exactly. Similarly, a wooden block on the ground is at rest. So it has the tendency to become rest. It has the tendency to become rest. But it has unwillingness or inability to move. It cannot move unless an external force is applied on it. It cannot move because it is at already rest, na. So it has the tendency to become rest. It has the tendency to become rest. It has unwillingness or inability to move. Okay. So this is called inertia. Types of inertia. Okay. Types of inertia. Inertia is divided into three types. First one is inertia of rest. The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest is known as inertia of rest. So we can write the tendency of a body. Okay. Tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest is known as inertia of rest. The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest is known as inertia of rest. Suppose a body on the ground is at rest, means it has the tendency to remain rest. It has the tendency to remain rest. This tendency opposes any change in its state of rest. Clear? This tendency opposes any change in its state of rest. So this is called inertia of rest. Second one is inertia of motion. What is inertia of motion? the tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of uniform motion is called inertia of motion. So we can write the tendency, tendency, okay, of a body to oppose any change in its state of uniform motion is called inertia of motion. Inertia of motion. The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of uniform motion is called inertia of motion. Suppose a football running on the ground, running on the ground. It has the tendency to move. This tendency opposes what? Any change in its state of uniform motion. This tendency opposes its state of motion. So that is called what? Inertia of motion. This tendency opposes its change of motion. Okay, it's called the inertia of motion. Clear? Next, third one. Inertia of direction. Inertia of direction. It is also the tendency. Okay, inertia of direction means the tendency. The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its direction of motion is called inertia of direction. Inertia of direction. Okay, clear? The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its direction of motion is called inertia of direction. Okay, so these are the three types of inertia. Okay, these are the three types of inertia. So in the next class, we'll discuss about Newton's second law of motion. Okay, so if you got some advantages from my class, please like to my channel, also share it, and subscribe to my channel, and also click the bell icon and set it all. Okay, thanks.